My name is Pim. I work as a growth strategist for the Nano Foundation, and today what I'll be doing is I'm trying to make an argument why Nigeria will be the first voluntary adopter of cryptocurrency. So we've seen that in countries like El Salvador, the government, they forced people to adopt cryptocurrency. They made Bitcoin legal tender. For some, that might have worked, but for a whole lot of other people, that actually caused more problems than it helped them. And as Martin from Biox said before on the stage, Nano is more from the bottom up. It's more a grassroots movement. And we believe that Nigeria will be the first place where we will really see that on a mass scale, basically. So let's first start out with sketching a bit of a picture of Nigeria. So one thing that I found really interesting, I really like sort of the nerdy stats, is Nigeria and Germany had the same population in 1970. So they had around 70, 80 million people in the country. And right now, 50 years later, Nigeria has like 3 times the population of Germany. And there are some interesting things about that, because it also means that the population is relatively young and they're relatively open to new technology. And what we've seen from, or what we've learned about the country, is that they've always had a large problem with inflation. So the current numbers that we see here, like 10 or 15% inflation, that would be one of the lower years in Nigeria. They often peaked up to 40, 50, 60% inflation. So what it resulted in is not too much trust in their local currency, the Naira. I think if I remember correctly, in 1970, the Naira and the US dollar were about the same in value. Right now, you need like 450 Naira to get one US dollar. It's approximately those numbers. And in all the research that we did, and all the reports that we read, Nigeria was always one of the top countries in terms of interest in cryptocurrency, but also in terms of adoption and knowledge of the people there. So that is sort of a bit of a bigger picture on Nigeria. Now, 3 things that we specifically learned, also from our research, was that one, since 6 months, people in Nigeria who have a MasterCard with a Naira bank account connected to it, they cannot spend more than $20 a month on products, international products. So people would buy things on eBay, or they would have subscriptions for Netflix, Spotify, or something like that. They are capped at $20. That's all they can spend on the international side. Second thing that we learned is the cost of remittances. So we have an inflow and an outflow to the country. So inflow would be, for example, if someone from the UK would send money to Nigeria, that percentage is still on average, according to the World Bank, 7%, which is really high. The outflow is even higher. It's a 15% fee that people take. So another thing that we learned is that because the demographics are relatively young, they're open to the new technology. I mentioned that, but what it also does is they have a lot of skills, knowledge, and motivation to be connected to sort of the global digital economy. I think that's the right word. So people who are graphic designers, they're software engineers, they're all those type of skills. They're coming freshly from the university, and they're highly motivated and way less below sort of the wage for Western companies. So there's a big opportunity there. So that picture is sort of why we believe that Nigeria will be one of the first mass adopters of cryptocurrency that do it voluntarily. And we as the Nano Foundation, we also believe that we could play a big role in that, because we have the practical, the practical pieces. So we're feeless, the transactions are instant, everything is sustainable from an energy perspective. But that's not enough. It also requires trust, education, people on the ground, and so on. So I'll walk you through 5 of the steps that we are taking in order to position ourselves as sort of the currency that will actually be used in Nigeria. The first one is education. So it all starts out with creating basic, simple materials. I've talked to multiple people here who walked in, and they all shared the same thing. They're interested in cryptocurrency, but it's all a little bit technical, not really sure how it works. So the thing that we started to do was we create a really top-level guide on, okay, why cryptocurrency? What does it do? Then you heard of Bitcoin. What does Bitcoin do? What problems are there with Bitcoin? And then frame Nano in that context, basically. So we would give those people the the knowledge, but also the self-confidence. So they could start blank and then go through the guide and end up doing their first free crypto transaction, completely safe. And it's also a really unique feature of Nano. The second thing that we did was we made it fun and easy to connect to the Nano community. So the creator of WeNano is actually sitting right there. It's an application where you have a world map and everyone can put a spot on that world map and people could claim a little bit of Nano for free. And all the people that are in that physical location together, they can chat with each other. So throughout Nigeria and all the different cities, big or small, we put small spots and people could claim a little bit of Nano. And it was a lot of fun because we ended up talking with people in Afikpo. It's a small city of 30,000 people. And he literally said, there's maybe only my generation owns a smartphone in the village, but the rest, they do not. And he actually became one of our close sort of community members and started organizing local meetups. So that's the second thing, is sort of easy access to Nano. Then the third thing is we're trying to build out the local community. So we started out with an ambassador in Lagos, and we are slowly but surely building out our network through the different universities in Nigeria. So right now there's 4 student ambassadors. They are specifically in mostly the southeastern part of the country and all in different universities, and we have them in a group together, and we're sort of debating with them what are the best issues we could tackle, what are the best things that we could do together. Then the fourth thing is we've gotten in touch with some local entrepreneurs. So one is building an application on Nano, an application where you can actually see, you can call someone, it's called Find Eyes, you can call someone and they'll show you sort of their local environment and then you get charged in Nano. So it could be a pretty cool application for use cases like telehealth, for example. If you need to call a doctor, you call in for 5 minutes and you get charged that amount in Nano and then it goes away. And lastly, what we've been trying to do, and I personally really like this, is we're trying to do actual cool projects that create jobs for people. So right now, a few weeks ago, I'm not sure if it's still on, but there was a large strike in Nigerian universities. And what we did, we collected like 6 or 7 of those students. And together with them, we started translating freecodecamp.org, which is a non-profit organization providing free coding education. And we started translating that to Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa, 3 native languages of Nigeria, 120 million combined native speakers. And those students are now doing those translations. The result of that is that 121 million people have access to free coding education. They get paid a little bit in Nano, and we're building another connection with an organization called She Code Africa. We're going to help on sort of the quality control. And the whole point of it is that people are working for Nano and they're together doing something good. And that type of, it's probably not the right word, but I'm not native English, like that type of scheme is something that we would love to replicate in more markets and in more ways. So I think the main gist of it is we are trying to be the enabler, basically. Everyone can take the initiative to build their business, to build their projects, and we really want everyone to do that. We try to function as someone who gives you just a little bit of a nudge in the back, so you actually start doing that. So I guess that's it. I guess that's my argument on why we believe that Nigeria will be the first voluntary adopter of cryptocurrency, and also a bit of insight in what we are trying to do there and positioning Nano to be the currency that is actually used in Nigeria. For now, I would love to take any questions, but I would also love to hear any different perspectives. If anyone feels that whatever I've said doesn't make sense, please share your perspective, or do it now or in the conversation. We're trying to build a network, and so for example, we have the ambassador that is in Lagos. What we try to do is give him the opportunity to go and visit multiple events that are in sort of the payment space, so we get a personal relation and then can continue the conversation from that point. We've also tried sending out sort of cold outreaches from the other side of the world, but that approach didn't really work. So we really are trying to build it that way.